Hello there, Data Science Systems. Neil McGee. Want to show you how to work with Gitpod when you're working with GitHub repositories. Just think of Gitpod as an online editor, and it snaps in and integrates with GitHub really well, really easily. We had a couple little bumps in class yesterday, but I want to walk through enrolling and getting things set up and getting the right permissions between the two services. So I just created a brand new account in GitHub. A clean slate, as it were. And so I'm going to go to this URL, to github.com/inmcgee/fastapi-demo. And this is the repository I want you to fork. This is sort of a starter template for FastAPI that we'll be working with for the next few weeks. This will be with us through databases and through integrations and things like that. It's going to be kind of a nice template that a lot of things can hang on. So I'm going to go ahead and fork this. It asks me, okay, what account and what name do I want? All that's fine. Copy the main branch. And it says you're creating this in your personal account. That's good. It takes a few seconds, and here we say, it says, okay, you're up to date with this. This is a fork. It's forked from here. There are previous commits that you can see everything from. And you'll notice as you read the documentation that as you want to work with Gitpod, all you need to do is take the URL up top, this URL, and you want to append before it gitpod.io/pound. So I don't want to use this link because this is Neil's link. In fact, I might go edit this page. That would be actually really helpful. What is my username is the question. Here we go. UVA SDS GitHub. So I'm going to just edit that for my username there and for the username here. Then I'm going to commit my changes. And this way this link is always updated. Great. Now this works for me. So I'm going to click on that link, or again, I could append before this address, gitpod.io/pound. So let's hit return. Takes me to Gitpod, and it says, okay, I'm ready to create a cloud development environment for you, but would you like to sign in using GitHub? I say yes. I have to authorize that the first time. So I authorize it, and it comes back into Gitpod. It requires me to enter a last name, so I'll just take part of that off here. So this is a little foggy. On their main pages, they say 50 hours for free regardless. Here they're saying you only get 50 hours for free per month if you connect with LinkedIn. If you don't mind connecting with LinkedIn, I've done the same for my primary account, and I don't seem to get any junk or anything like that. So do as you see fit. I'm going to continue with that. I'm going to say I'm in academia. It's for personal. It's for dev efficiency. Blah blah blah. And now it's going to create my new workspace, and I can just accept all the default. Okay, so we're back. I verified via a text call. Give me a PIN. I'll continue there. And now it wants to ask me the same question again. And it's probably unclear if that was happening to you in class yesterday. So I'm sorry if you were being required to verify. At this point, I'm in my code, and I can see the code base. I can see that my pip install has run. It's got a whole bunch of packages that have now been installed. It says Red Hat, Sure, I'll accept that. Do I want to open this in VS Code Desktop? No, I don't. But at this point, I'm in VS Code. Awesome. And I've got the README file open. I've got a little program called Uvicorn. That's my little preview. So that's good. I've got Python 3, and I can import Photo 3 just fine. So that's good. So the last remaining thing I need to do is authorize changes so that I can commit and push from here back into GitHub. So let's just change something in the README file. I'll just say is the way I will edit my project. And I'm going to save that. And then over here, if you want to, you can use the GUI. I use the command line so often, I'll just use the GUI this time. So I've staged that change. And now testing a commit. I'm going to commit that. And now I'm going to try to sync my changes, and I should get an error. This will pull and push. Okay, don't show again. Great. Now I should get a little permission that says, I don't have permissions. Should I fork this or what? And I'll say, no, I don't want to. And at this point in the bottom right, it says an operation requires additional permissions. This is the special little button. Link that and say open, and this will give me permissions to different Git providers. And you can see GitHub is already connected. It's green. It just doesn't have the right permissions. So click on the 3 dots, edit permissions, and just give it everything. You can initiate workflows, it can read, it can write, and so on. Let's update those. Again, I have to authorize that from GitHub. And now we're back. And I can close this tab. And it says, do you want Gitpod code to occasionally run git fetch? I'd say no to that. That doesn't matter so much. So now I can try syncing my changes again. And I've now pushed. So I've pushed back. And if I open up another tab, I go to GitHub. I go to my own profile. I should just have one repository. There we go. Here's my fork. And here's my testing a commit, which was sent just 1 minute ago. So my changes are there. Gitpod is the way I will edit my project. So again, Gitpod is this nice integrated way to work with your code and to edit it. I guess the last thing I'll show you is if you're working in your Python, which is in the app folder, and you want to preview your work like in real time while you're doing it, which I would really recommend, you can run the script preview.sh. So /preview. I'll just show you what's in that file. It CDs into the app directory, and then it runs Uvicorn, which is a little web server, and it's going to run it from the main file, which it kind of sees as a module, and the app, which is the instance object that we've created. It's going to reload in real time. It's going to give you debugging log level stuff. So that's all great. The preview script is pre-written for you. So here you go. It runs it, and it says, I'm going to open another tab. And at this point, we have the hello world. I'll enlarge that for you. And I could even work on this file in real time. I could say, hello, Neil. And I save that. And I refresh the page, and it says, hello, Neil. So this long, unique URL is sort of poking a hole from Gitpod out to the world. It's a very handy URL so that you can test in real time. You can go look at the docs for your API, and you can read through them, and you can test the endpoints and the methods and so on, all from within the live session here. When you're done, just hold Control and C. It says that right here. Press Control C to quit, so I'll do that. And you can review your logs, you can start it, you can stop it, and you can continue to iterate on it. And then again, you can add, commit, and push your changes back to GitHub. Anyway, I think Gitpod's going to really help for class and for projects and kind of get away from Python issues that you might be experiencing on your personal laptop. All right, thanks so much.